Hello, and welcome to the Three Questions podcast, where we dive into the world of wealth management and connect you with industry experts. I'm your host, Wayne Baxter, Senior Executive Manager at One Capital Management. If you or someone close to you is expecting to relocate in a not too distant future, you're not going to want to miss today's episode. We're going to speak to a professional organizing specialist and address the three questions you should ask before relocating. Thank you for taking time to check us out. And if you enjoy this episode of the Three Questions podcast, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. Our special guest is Dina Braverman. She is the owner and founder of Encino, California-based Organized Concepts and Designs, Inc., aka OCD. They are a professional organizing service specializing in home organizing, office organization, relocations, estate sales, and clearing. Dina, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. Our listeners are really keen to learn from your wealth of experience in making relocation more manageable. So I know it's a lot of fun for a lot of people. So thank you a lot for making time for us today.
Thank you for having me.
We all have war stories about moving. I can say I do. I remember when we moved from from Bradford, Ontario, Canada, down to Malibu. My last memory of my move was watching 1-800 got junk leaving the driveway.
Indeed.
So I guess really before we get to our three questions that you should ask about relocating, perhaps, what I'd like you to do is just take a couple of minutes and tell our audience how organization concepts and designs came to be and how it's evolved over the years. It's a great story and I'd love you to share it.
Okay, terrific. So I spent the first 30 years of my career in the legal industry as a paralegal and a legal assistant. And after 30 years, when I felt that I had excelled enough to a point where I just was finished with that, I decided, how can I take my professional background and my personal life and make it work and do something that I love and do something that can really help people. And I found out that there was indeed a business that people do with organizing. I went to a meeting of fellow organizers and I thought, I found my home. This is exactly what I should be doing. This is exactly what I will be great at. And Organizing Concepts and Designs was born in June of 2010, and I've never looked back.
So this is after you moved from back east down here to California, right?
I moved back. I moved out of New York a long time ago, almost 40 years ago.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
Yes, been out here a very long time.
Okay, so today's topic again is three questions you should ask before relocating. Now, whether you're moving across town, across the country, or like for myself, from Canada to the United States, or vice versa, these questions we're going to address today are crucial to ensure a smooth and stress-free transition. And we're going to ask them from the lens of someone who's looking at moving. So the question number one is, what should I do to get ready? Dina, take it away.
So, the first thing that I like to tell people is moving is I like to have the analogy of elective surgery. Whether you want to move, right? Whether you want to move or you have to move, it's going to be stressful. So whether you have surgery and you want surgery, it's going to be painful. So our job is to make it as seamless and as stress-free as possible.
So you're like the anesthesiologist then.
You get through it.
There you go. All right. Well, that's okay. So that's your job, is to make it as painless as possible.
Exactly.
So, okay. That makes perfect sense. So I guess so that's question number one. And question number two is, how do I move in and move out efficiently and with as little stress as possible?
So I believe everything is in the planning. I think that as soon as somebody has decided that they want to or have to move, the first thing to do is start planning and really taking some action, because the more time you spend doing it, the less stress there will be. As you get closer and closer to your move date, there's more and more things that must be done. There's more and more questions. There's more, it's just like a snowball effect. So the sooner you start, the better it is for everybody involved. The schedule should be set. Everybody's in place. And that alone will make you feel better that you know that you've got the right team in place, the move date is scheduled, right? So planning is everything. And starting sooner than later just gives you more breathing room. You know, things happen, right? COVID happened, it shut things down. People get sick, people take vacations. So you want to make sure when you're planning that you account for all of these things that could get in your way. So that's planning is everything. And I love my lists, what has to be done? Who has to be called? All the utility companies that need to know about your change of address, all your credit card companies, the post office, right? Your friends, family, everybody needs a change of address. Moving in, the utilities need to be set up there. So all these calls need to start getting made with the dates that everything is going into effect. Turning them off at the first place, turning them on at your new place. Lists are my friend. I don't know how anybody lives without them, but if I had to leave everything to memory, nothing would get done.
You're preaching to the choir here. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm a list person, and one of my favorite sayings is, "Those who fail to plan to fail."
Plan to fail. Yes, I
You
agree.
got it. 100%. All right.
Agree.
So great job answering question number 2. So question number 3 is, what is the difference between hiring a moving company and hiring a professional organizing service like OCD?
It's a great question. So, Organizing Concepts and Designs is an organizing company that specializes in relocations. We are not a moving company. A moving company like Allied Van Lines or a major moving company are people that will come in, they will pack you up, they will load their trucks, and then they will unload their trucks at your new destination. They pack and they move. They're not interested in asking you questions about what you want to keep, what you want to sell, what you want to toss. They're not interested. They want to get in and pack you up, move you, and unload your your things into your new location.
Mm-hmm.
Organizers will help you do all of the other things that the movers won't do. For instance, they'll go through the house with you room by room, and figure out what you want to keep. Whatever you don't want to keep, what do we do with the rest of it? Do we sell it? Do we donate it? Do we throw it away? We need to figure all that out. So as an organizing company helping you through this relocation, we will not only help you figure out what to do with the stuff, we will facilitate all of those different avenues. So if there's trash, we'll have the trash hauled away. If there's shredding, we'll take care of the shredding. If there's packing to do, we can also do packing. We will also, and this is the best service that we can provide, is we unpack at the other location.
Oh, wow.
If and when a mover says to you that they will unpack in the new location, you need to read the fine print, because they will not unpack. What they will do is they will take your things out of the boxes and they will put them on counters and on shelves. They don't put it away organized. It's not accessible. It's not functional. You just have stuff everywhere, but the boxes are gone. So an organizer will not only make your home more functional, accessible, and organized, and also make it look great. We will remove the boxes and the paper and all the packing materials that were used. So basically in 1 to 2 days, depending on the volume and how big the house is, we will have you unpacked as if you've lived nowhere else. Right? Anywhere else. I'm sorry. But
interesting.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. You get to start your new life in your new home from day one. I know it's
so I got to ask, I'm failing in my lawyer friends in Southern California are going to be shaking their heads in disgust here, but you're never supposed to ask a question you don't know the answer to, but I'm going to risk this now. So the paintings, this is what I'm thinking about. I was listening to you. All I could think about is the paintings. So do you hang the paintings too?
So we will not hang the paintings the first or second day, because typically people will change things around a little bit to their liking. We like them to get settled in and get a feel of the new place. We will go back and hang paintings if that's what they want, We also work with outside vendors and resources to do this. I mean, it depends on the value of the artwork. If it's very high end and very expensive, chances are they're going to want a professional art
Sure,
hanger to do
sure.
it. And we do work with companies like that. So if we can't do it, we have a resource that can do it.
Okay, well, that's totally fair. Um, okay, you know what? This has been great. This is exactly why I was hoping to have you on, and you answered these questions perfectly. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I'm aware, that your team, you primarily service like Los Angeles County, San Fernando Valley, San Gabriel Valley, Ventura County. Now, for those who are looking, for your help and are listening in today, boy, I would love to meet this lady. What is the best way for them to reach you?
They can call. The phone number is 310-560-5060, or they can reach out through the website, which is organizingconceptsanddesigns.com, or they can email at info@organizingconceptsanddesigns.com.
Perfect. Now, again, my audience, I'm happy to say, is across Canada and the United States, right? And so, for those folks outside of Southern California, we'll say, assuming across the U.S., are you able to assist them, or are you able to refer them to a local service provider? Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. We do local moves, we do national moves, we do international moves.
Oh, really?
Again, we partner with moving companies that actually do the transportation of the household furnishings and items, but we will coordinate it, we will facilitate it, we will be there on the day of the move. And if it's in the budget and they want us to fly to Canada or
I was just going to
escort
ask that
them,
question.
we'll go there too.
I'm telling you, I wish I would have known you back before I moved here.
Everybody says that.
I swear.
No, it's very unsettling when you're moving and you don't realize what you don't realize, which is when you move into your house and you don't have a company like ours to assist, you're going to walk into a sea of boxes, hundreds of boxes. And somehow, some way, they have to get unpacked.
Well, all I can think about, and I know it was only a print, but there was this one Monet print that I had that my wife did not like, and I lost the battle. And that one, remember I told you about 1-800 got junk? I think it was on that truck. If you were there, I may have had a fighting chance. Who knows?
Well, but I wouldn't have thrown it away. I would have donated it.
There you go. Well, I mean, it was just a print. It wasn't like obviously
No, but still, the less we put in landfill, the better.
God bless you. God, thank you.
Right.
I agree with you 100%. Well, listen, first of all, Dina, thank you for making time for us today.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. Thanks again to Dina Braverman. She is the owner and founder of Organizing Concepts and Designs, Inc., aka OCD. And it is a professional organizing service. They specialize in home organizing, office organizing, we didn't get into that even, office organization, relocations, estate sales, and clearing. Dina Braverman, thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me, Wayne.
I look forward to bringing you the 3-Question Podcast, and I hope you find them educational and informative. Please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and to receive a notification when our latest content has been posted, please click on the notifications bell. Lastly, to schedule an online Zoom consultation with me to discuss your wealth management needs, please click on the link in the description box below, www.onecapital.com/meet with Wayne. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.